welcome to Kicking It Local, the podcast all about the football community in South Australia. I'm your host, Johnny Kecko, and the FIFA Women's World Cup is here in Australia and New Zealand for 2023. It has hit our shores, especially in South Australia. Yesterday, we had Brazil taking on Panama, the very first FIFA Women's World Cup game here in South Australia, and it went off like a storm. It was incredible atmosphere down there at Hama Stadium. If you were one of the lucky ones to be down there, you would have seen and experienced exactly what football is all about. My favourite thing was seeing all those young kids there with the families, experiencing something so big and exciting for the young kids who can aspire to be there one day. That is what football's about. That's what this World Cup is all about as well. And I wanted to soak it all up. So I went down early and went down to the Gov, where there was a massive amount of Brazilians, hundreds and hundreds, almost 600 down there 3 hours before kickoff. And then just before about an hour and a half before, the big march started all the way down to Hama Stadium. About a half an hour walk and marching, singing, everything, drums, dancers, all there, just going nuts. And here's a quick preview of what it was like, a little bit of an audio grab from my experience down there last night. Well, that's what they went. Well, that's what it sounded like for about half an hour straight, all the way down to Hama Stadium. But once they got in, they got even louder and continued on throughout the night. And you probably heard it on the broadcast as well. Incredible scenes down there, and what an experience to be involved in something like this. That atmosphere, it was incredible. But one thing I absolutely loved, I've interviewed so many people in my time hosting Kicking It Local over the last year or so. And some of those people were actually involved yesterday, which is amazing to see. Antonio Spagonis, a media writer, also Christian Marchetti as well, both there working last night, covering the game for their respective media channels. And also some volunteers that I've had on this show, people that I haven't had, but I've had the privilege of chatting to, all volunteering and being involved in it, and the smiles on their faces of how excited they were to be involved. These are people that are referees, volunteers at clubs, team managers, all these people that are involved in our game who could be having 2 weeks off have decided to be involved in this World Cup. It's creating these opportunities for these people to be involved. It's fantastic to see, and I love it. And it's going to have an incredible buzz for the future. We talk about the players being able to play here in South Australia, playing for the Matildas, but the experiences that this has had has been amazing for those people. And I was lucky enough to be working on this game as well, and to be able to be down there and be working, covering the game as well in my area, but to be able to chat with people from Brazil, not only the players, but also the media teams, getting to hear their stories of being here, covering the game, and talking to the media from Panama as well, having a night out with them and taking them out to the training sessions around Adelaide, driving them around. That's an experience and a great story, which I'll talk about one day with Antonis. We had a great night out with these Panama media, 2 rival stations as well, and ended up getting a gift from Panama as well, a little fridge magnet to remember this occasion as well. And that's what the World Cup's all about, bringing these people together. And I had the opportunity after the game to chat with a couple of players, including the Brazilian captain. And I asked her exactly about what it was like to play in front of the Brazilian fans. And her answer was incredible. And here is the audio that was captured last night for Triple M. How did it feel to be greeted by just such a big crowd on the other side of the world?
Oh, that's amazing. We feel like we're playing at home, and with this crowd is unbelievable. I feel like the Brazilian fans, they're amazing. They are always like loud and cheer us up. So we're really glad to be here in Australia. I think we're going to play like home.
And they're going to play like home is what she said. And I got the opportunity to talk to Tamires as well from Brazil. And here's what she said when I asked her as well for Triple M. Tamires, yesterday in the press conference you talked about the crowd that greeted you at the hotel. How did it feel playing in front of the packed stadium here?
Yeah, we were talking in the game that we were feeling home. It was like everyone singing with us, everyone crowing loud, and it was crazy. Like we feel so grateful and home here.
How cool is that? They're saying they feel like home here in South Australia, miles and miles and miles away from their home in Brazil. But that is how great it was at Hama Stadium last night. And I also spoke to someone who played for Panama as well, Riley Tanner. She came off the bench. She played for the country. She's American, got picked up from the college system, having a bit of Panama background as well. So she was able to play for him. And I did talk about her time in Adelaide as well. And this is what she had to say about training here in Adelaide and being able to use our facilities, and also about the pitch at Hama Stadium too.
Yeah, Adelaide's been amazing. Where we practice, it's a great field. You can't really complain, and the pitch out there was amazing. I mean, yesterday we were joking around, like, is it even real? Like, is it real grass? So it's been great here in Adelaide, and I couldn't ask for anything more.
What about the fans? There's a few fans out there from Panama. How did that feel to have them greeting you when you came off the bus?
Yeah, I mean, the fans have been amazing. You can't ask for more. The fans have been so amazing, and we are so happy to just play for them and just have this opportunity to play for the country. It's truly something so special, and that something we'll never ever forget.
And all those grabs of the players were courtesy of Triple M. And talking about the fans there as well, I managed to capture them outside the stadium. This is what they sounded like in full voice. There's only a few of them, but they were very, very loud. All the way from Panama down for their debut in a World Cup. Panama, they were crying, as you would have seen, and it meant so much to them. And how good is the World Cup being here in South Australia? Get around it. If you can get a ticket, get down. If you can get to the fan festival, head down there as well. South Australia is having a massive buzz around the World Game at the moment. Soak it all up. Get around it. It is the World Game. Kicking It Local will continue throughout it as well. Got some great interviews lined up as well, so make sure you keep listening to those with Dialagic Part 2, and also the other one with next week. It's a special one as well. Someone who's commentating in the World Cup, also a former Matilda, and she plays in the WNPL currently. That's coming out next week as well. So World Cup fever is here, so enjoy it, and that is all on Kicking It Local. Make sure you subscribe to Kicking It Local wherever you get your podcasts, so you can get a taste of the SA football community. Plus, follow Kicking It Local SA on Instagram and Twitter so you don't miss any of the action. See you soon.